A very good morning, my dear students. Today's session, we are going to discuss the topics in thermodynamics lesson, unit 7. The topics are various statements of second law of thermodynamics, standard entropy change, standard entropy formation, characteristics of Gibbs free energy, then relationship between standard free energy and equilibrium constant, then third law of thermodynamics. The first one, entropy statement. So what is entropy? Entropy is a measurement of the molecular disorder. Measurement is a measure of the molecular disorder. Actually, measurement of randomness. But thermodynamic definition of entropy is concerned with a change in entropy that occurs as a result of a process. So ds equal to dq reversible divided by t. The measurement of randomness, so where we can find the good example, camphor. It is in solid state. Atoms are arranged in order. In the sublimation process, it turns to gaseous state. So in the gaseous state, the atoms are freely moving. So the measurement of randomness, it is greater in gaseous state, and the measurement of randomness is very low in solid state. That is a measurement of randomness. Next, the entropy of an isolated system increases during the spontaneous process. Spontaneous process means, so immediately the process is done. Automatically the process is done. The solid tends to vaporize. So one more example, melting of ice. Spontaneous process. Now, for an irreversible process such as spontaneous expansion of a gas. So one more example. Here, the change in entropy total greater than 0. Entropy value will be positive in spontaneous process. So del S total is greater than del S system plus del S surrounding. So if you want to measure the total entropy of a substance, there is addition of del S system and del S surrounding. The del S total is always greater than the total of del S system and del S surrounding. For reversible process such as melting of ice, del S total equal to 0. Del S total equal to 0. So the del S left side to right side is going. That's why the del S system equal to minus del S surrounding. Del S system equal to minus del S surrounding. Now, Kelvin-Planck statement. Kelvin-Planck statement. Actually, it is a negative statement. So, what is that? It is impossible to construct an engine that absorb heat from a hot source and convert it completely into work by a cyclic process without transferring a part of heat to a cold sink. For example, on a hot plate, you are going to prepare a hot water. Initially, the water condition is cold. All the heat will not go to the water. Some of the heat is taken by the vessel. That's why, without transferring a part of heat to a cold sink, it is impossible to construct the absorbs heat from a hot source and converts it completely into work. The maximum efficiency of a heat engine, which operates reversibly, depends only on the two temperature between which it is operated. Here, the efficiency absorbed. One example I gave you, on the hot plate, we are going to prepare a hot water, but initial condition of the water is cold, right? Here, eta equal to modulus QH minus modulus QC divided by modulus QH is given in the formula. QH means heat absorbed from the heat reservoir. QC, heat transferred to cold reservoir. The eta, the formula, just we can modify. So eta equal to 1 minus modulus QC by QH. Now, for a reversible cyclic process, del S total equal to 0. So del S system equal to the del S surrounding, it turns to right side, so minus del S surrounding, and the del S system QH by TH, the del S surrounding minus QC by TC. Now the temperature comes to left hand side and heat absorbed, whether the cold reservoir and the hot reservoir come to right side. So the TC will come in the place of QH and the QH will come in the place of TC. So now the negative symbol, the negative QC will be gone when we apply the modulus, right? So finally we can write the eta efficiency equal to 1 minus Tc by Th, temperature in the cold reservoir Tc divided by temperature in the hot reservoir. That's why 1 minus Tc by Th. The hot reservoir is always double greater than cold reservoir. So hence eta is less than 1. So 100% efficiency will not be obtained. The efficiency in percentage, 1 minus Tc by Th is multiplied with 100. 100 is for percentage. Now class A statement. It is impossible to transfer heat from cold reservoir to hot reservoir without doing some work. It is also negative statement, but if you want to do the work, some work we have to do it. So it is impossible to transfer the heat from a cold reservoir to hot reservoir without doing some work, right? Next, standard entropy change. Standard entropy change this is the formula. The standard entropy change, standard means the superscript 0, we have to mention it, right? Here summation, the entropy standard entropy product minus summation standard entropy reactants. Here we have to write the condition, the absolute entropy of a substance at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar pressure, it is called standard entropy. The temperature should have 298 Kelvin and pressure 1 bar pressure. Standard entropy of formation. Standard entropy of formation is defined as entropy of formation of 1 mole of a compound from the element under standard condition. The standard entropy of formation means change in entropy, the superscript standard we should mention with 0 and the subscript we should write F, means formation. Here 1 mole substance under the same condition. Now the entropy, what's the formula? Del S Q reversible by T equal to del H divided by T. So we can write Q by T or del H by T. Now del S fusion, del S fusion. Del S fusion is called as entropy of fusion. The heat absorbed when 1 mole of a solid melts at its melting point reversibly, it is called molar heat of fusion. Molar heat of fusion. So when 1 mole of a solid melt at its melting point reversibly is called molar heat of fusion. Now entropy of vaporization, the heat absorbed when 1 mole of liquid is boiled at its boiling point reversibly, it is called molar heat of vaporization. So del S vaporization equal to del H vaporization by temperature in boiling. Next one, entropy of transition. So del S T equal to del H T divided by dt. dt. Here the heat change when 1 mole of a solid changes reversibly from one allotropic form to another allotropic form at its transition temperature, that is called enthalpy of transition. So T means transition. Next, write the characteristics of free energy. Write the characteristics of free energy. The second law of thermodynamics introduce the another thermodynamic function is called free energy, that is called Gibbs free energy, which is useful in predicting the spontaneity of a reaction. Now Gibbs free energy is defined G equal to H minus Ts. The G is an extensive property, single valued state function. So let us consider a system which undergoes a change of state from 1 to 2 at a constant temperature. So how to write it? G2 minus G1 equal to H2 minus H1 minus T multiplied with S2 minus S1. Now the G equal to H minus Ts, change in free energy means del G, H tends to change in enthalpy del H minus T, change in entropy del S. Now we have known del S total, entropy total equal to delta S system plus delta S surrounding. delta S system equal to minus delta S surrounding, right? So where we can get it? For a reversible process, delta S total equal to 0, that's why delta S system equal to minus delta S surrounding. Similarly, for an equilibrium process, delta S equal to 0. Reversible process, delta S system equal to minus delta S surrounding. Then similarly, for an equilibrium process, delta G equal to 0. Here, for spontaneous process, delta S greater than 0. Now, delta S total is greater than 0. So, delta S total means delta S system plus delta S surrounding, just substitute greater than 0. And the place of delta S system, what's the formula? dq delta S surrounding, what's the formula? dq surrounding by t greater than 0. Then the surrounding change to system, so minus del h by t, just you substitute. Next, we can make a cross multiplication, so t delta S system minus t delta S system minus delta H system greater than 0. From that, the negative take as a common, so minus within bracket delta H system minus t delta S system greater than 0. So del G equal to del H minus t delta S. So minus delta G is greater than 0. Finally, we can get it minus delta G greater than 0. Hence, for a spontaneous process, delta G less than 0 will be negative. So delta G means delta H minus t delta S less than 0. Keeps free energy and the net work done by the system. G equal to H minus t delta S. How to write? Delta G equal to del H minus t del S. Next, what is del H? The formula del H equal to del U plus P del V. Now you just substitute the delta H. So del G equal to del U plus P del V minus T del S will come, right? Next, we know that del U equal to, from the first law of thermodynamics, if work is done by the system, del U equal to Q minus W. Just you substitute in the previous equation. So we can get del G equal to Q minus W plus P del V, and T del S, in the del S place we can substitute Q by T. The T will cancel, right? And then del G equal to minus W plus P del V will come. Q plus Q minus Q will cancel. T cancel plus Q minus Q will cancel. So del G equal to minus W plus P del V. Then both side multiple with the negative, we can get minus del G equal to W minus P del V. So next question, relationship between standard free energy and equilibrium constant. Relationship between standard free energy and equilibrium constant. First you should write the equilibrium reaction A plus B equilibrium with C plus D. Now the free energy change of above reaction in any state, del G is related to the standard free energy change of a reaction delta G naught. The del G is related to the standard free energy del G naught. So how to write the equation? Del G equal to del G naught standard free energy plus RT ln Q. Here, when equilibrium is attained, there is no further free energy change. So del G equal to 0 and Q becomes equal to equilibrium constant. The above equation becomes delta G naught equal to minus RT ln equilibrium constant K. This equation is known as Van Hoff equation. Delta G naught equal to, so ln means just you substitute 2.303 log. So we can get delta G naught equal to minus 2.303 RT log equilibrium constant. Finally, we can get delta G naught equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught equal to minus RT ln Q. This is a relationship between standard free energy change and equilibrium constant. Now, the last topic, third law of thermodynamics. Third law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of pure crystalline substance at absolute zero is zero. Otherwise, it can be stated as it is impossible to lower the temperature of an object to absolute zero in a finite number of steps. So mathematically, right? Here, the perfectly ordered crystalline state So initially the atoms are orderly arranged, but finally some disorder. So I give one example. If we cool the solid crystal still further, the vibration of the molecules held in crystal lattice gets slower and they have very little freedom of movement. So very little disorder we can find it. Hence very small entropy. At absolute zero Kelvin, theoretically all modes of motion stop. The absolute zero is a temperature that an object can get arbitrarily close to, but absolute zero will remain unattainable. Thus, the third law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of pure crystalline substance at absolute zero is zero. Otherwise, it can be stated as it is impossible to lower the temperature of an object to absolute zero in a finite number of steps. So very little disorder takes place here. So why the disorder? The substance is solid crystal. If we cool the solid crystal is further, now they have very little freedom of a movement. So very little disorder that is happen. That is very small entropy. Crystal with defects, this kind of defects, that is imperfection at absolute zero, have entropy greater than zero. The value is greater than zero. The absolute entropy of a substance can never be negative. This is third law of thermodynamics. Thank you.